who thinks company B? Okay, I guess we have a winner. Uh, okay, so why company A? Sure. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, I mean, ca okay. I mean, I agree. We can look at it as I mean, okay. M- my point is okay. So here's my answer, which okay, which is not A or B necessarily. It's looking at what's the value of having brands versus the value of margins. Uh, Company B typically will have much higher margins than company A. Margins in the range of 75, possibly 80%. Company A probably is going to have margins of maybe 50% in the best case scenario. So if you're looking at margins, there's a clear winner. Company B. Now, if you're looking at brands, and there are, from a valuation point of view, there are companies that look at brands. If I'm gonna, if I'm uh, if, uh, if I have company, if my customers include Bank of America, Sony, and Citi and Samsung, that has tremendous value. So again, there's there is there's an advantage, disadvantage on both sides. Now that said, from my experience, today, if you're looking at investors, and yeah, I don't know if is there any are there any VCs here? Okay, no VCs. But if you're looking at what the VC will look at, they will typically put a premium on company B. They will typically give higher valuation to company B than to company A.
Also a part of risk management that puts a priority B because if you lose a customer in A,
Absolutely.
there's more critical mass of financial impact than
Yeah,
the
absolutely. Revenue are much more stable, in company A, much more predictable in company A. Sorry, in company B than in company A. Okay. Am I done with time? What? Okay. So I just wanted, quickly to go through two examples of company that I, have chosen two totally different paths. One, starting from the top and going to the bottom, and the other one starting from the bottom and going up. So a live person, again, I spent about 10 years there, so I've seen actually the whole, pretty much, the whole trajectory. Live person started as a SaaS company, almost, actually a little bit over 10 years ago. That time it wasn't that common, and started very much, totally as an enterprise play. First customers were, Walmart, Kmart, the big guys. No play at all in the SMB world, and it took about 3 years for LivePerson to even consider working and going down into the SMB world. And the way they did it is actually not even themselves. LivePerson did not have the skills, internal skills at all, to go down and to work in the SMB world. They did it through an acquisition. Acquisition actually of an Israeli company called HumanClick, which was a total, SMB play based on a freemium model. So that's really an example of someone who really went all the way from the top to the bottom, and did that very successfully, and really looked at each step of the way at which skills were needed to be successful. Another example, more recent, Outbrain. I don't know if anyone is familiar with that company. Outbrain provides recommendation engine for publishers. If you go and read an article, you will see at the end of the article ratings and recommendations by Outbrain. So how do they start? Outbrain started as a completely free service, selling to the smallest, actually not selling, providing for free to the smallest of the smallest of the website. They started with the smallest blog you can imagine, and totally free. And they built over a few years, literally hundreds of thousands of users of their service. And slowly, after I think about after 2 to 3 years, they started moving up, and started offering and putting a monetization piece into their engine. Started, then the next step was to raise. Actually, they did a very large round of over $10 million, and then now they had the base of very small customers, and they had the capital needed to start moving up upstream into the enterprise market. And now you can see they have they slowly moved up, and they're working now with some of the largest publisher name out there, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Gannett, and many others. But again, very thoughtful go-to-market strategy, moving from the smallest one up to the largest enterprise customers. Okay. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Avant le Q&A, je cherchais une autre question.
לא, בסדר. לא, זה לא הסקילס הייחודי שצריך, צריך בוודאי להיות מסוגל לבנות אפליקיישן, אבל אני מדבר על סקילס שהוא נגיד ייחודי והבדל משמעותי בין SMB World ו-Enterprise World. ב-Enterprise World יש לך 10 לקוחות, 20 לקוחות, אתה לא צריך לבנות מערכת בילינג משוכללת, אבל ב-SMB World זה קריטי. So yeah. There are absolutely. There are solutions out there, that usually cover some of your billing needs. To my knowledge, you still need to, you still need a good level of integration. And sometimes, by the way, the integration is so, and that's not rare. The integration is so complex and so time-consuming that it's actually, worth doing it yourself. And not spend the time on the integration, because it's not just it's not just processing credit cards. It's really understanding how the billing system is going to work with provisioning the accounts. Which features manage, which packages are managed. Again, it's a whole world of putting together and bringing together your application and your billing systems, and making it work. Mhm.
Why not just going with like PayPal, some service like this? Don't spend the time with this.
So pay, uh, PayPal is one payment system. You know, most customers. Uh,
PayPal is example. I'm not why now you think about being credit card.
by the way, actually,
Answer
this is a
about
you know this is a good question. This is a good question. I've got someone who can give you a good answer, which is Ariel, who started with PayPal and can tell you all the headaches and the and all the limitation he had. So you know. PayPal will give you a very, let's say, a very small piece of your solution for billing. I don't know any, you know, any large, you know, SaaS company or even, you know, any mid-sized large SaaS company who is relying today just on PayPal.
whenever you be large,
Mhm.
like big, small, and medium.
Okay, but what is large? Large with you know for a small for SaaS company is you know a few hundred customers and that's it. And it, but- Okay, again, in a billing system, there are many pieces and steps. You know, the actual you know credit card processing, that's just you know a very small part of the puzzle. And I think that you know we can probably spend you know another hour. And it's probably you know by the way it's a very critical piece of a SaaS company, and it probably makes sense to spend you know an hour going and you know work and talking about you know what a billing system is for a SaaS system. You know I don't think we yeah.